Hey, what's up, everybody? We've got another episode for you here, and our guest today is named Dorian, and Dorian is into polyamory and kink and a bunch of other stuff that is way outside my wheelhouse. So instead of giving a big, long, huge introduction into Dorian, I figure it's best that, well, he just kind of tell you about all this crap himself, because I sure as hell can't. Anyway, guys, as usual, relax, enjoy the show, and maybe you might learn something, maybe not. Who knows, maybe you'll dive into the world of kink. Anyway, guys, here we go.
You're listening to Nothing's Off the Table, the podcast where nothing, well, almost nothing, is too taboo to discuss. On Nothing's Off the Table, we give anyone and everyone a say. We may not agree with or even like the topic, but we're happy to give you a voice, listen to your perspective, and maybe even offer our own. Nothing's Off the Table is a MadSiss Productions podcast. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on iTunes. Also, be sure to check out our sponsor, Locust Ridge LLC.
And we're live. What's up, Dorian? Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up, Andy? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, do you want to real quick introduce all your friends here?
So this is my girlfriend, B. Say hi, B.
Hi.
This is my, she's my primary. This is my secondary girlfriend. This is Pup.
Hi.
This is two of my play partners. This is Nona. And this is Kiki to my left.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. So I'm glad you said that, because the topic today is polyamory. So for those who understand what polyamory is, and I am probably one of them, but I have a rudimentary understanding to it. Why don't you explain real quick, Dorian, what polyamory is?
I am actually going to let Brooke explain it, because out of everybody here, she's more experienced in polyamory than I am. So she's been doing this for years, so I'm going to let her.
That's cool. I mean, if you're scared, say you're scared.
So polyamory is, some people refer to it as ethical non-monogamy. So it's allowing yourself to have multiple meaningful relationships. So for me, I used to have Dorian as my primary partner, and then I had a secondary boyfriend not in the area. And then I have multiple play partners where we're not sexual at all, but we do kink-related things with each other. Different people have different versions of poly. Pretty much the biggest thing with poly is being communicative with your partners and letting people know what's going on.
So you've got to be open.
Yes.
This is what you're saying, because you don't want any hurt feelings.
Not at all.
Is that essentially? Am I kind of on track with that, or? All right. So of course, my next question naturally is going to be, how did you guys get into this?
Well, me personally, 2 years ago, I was actually in a monogamous relationship, but I was polykinkerous with other people, meaning I just do kink with others outside of my relationship, but it's non-sexual and not romantic. After that relationship ended, I just was strictly poly, and I wasn't in a relationship. I didn't have a primary or secondary. I just had friends with benefits, play partners here and there, one-night stands, flings, whatever. And late last year, I met B, and we hit it off pretty well. It's just strictly just play partners doing kink. Mm-hmm. And then earlier this year, we got involved with each other, and we became a couple. She asked me out because I'm a bitch, so.
I didn't need to do this topic to know that, but
wow.
I told you, I warned you. So I have so many questions, I don't even know where to begin. So now, are all of you guys together, basically, or?
No.
Okay.
So what I have, I better explain, is a polycule. Everybody knows what a molecule is. You know, little sticks.
Polycule.
Yes, I know it sounds weird, but hear me out.
Okay.
So I would be the center, and then I have connections to everyone. So Brooke would be my primary. And Pup would be my secondary. I am not in a sexual or romantic relationship with Nona, but we do kink together. I will be her mentor / play partner.
Okay.
Kiki is a friends with benefits in a way, and I do kink with her.
Okay. Well, friends with benefits.
Yeah, sort of.
So, Dorian, you know, but most of your, what do I call you guys? Girlfriends, friends? I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive.
So,
literally,
I would say friends for Pup. She would be my metamor.
Oh, you got to explain that one.
So, metamor is a person who is like with your partner, right? That's your partner's partner.
Okay.
So Pup and I, we are not in a relationship together. We're not romantically involved or anything.
Okay.
But she's my metamor, so it's almost like she's kind of like a sister in a way.
And y'all are cool with that? I mean, there's like no friction or none at all?
No.
Wow. So, Dorian, you mentioned friends with benefits, and what I was going to say is, you know, there was a time in my life, I call it BC, and BC stands for Before Connie, which is my wife's name. So before I got married, I understand that friends with benefits thing. So yeah, I'm tracking a little bit. I'm old, but I ain't dead. You know, I might have one foot in the grave, but that's a whole different story. So, educate me on the polyamory side of the house. Is it strictly heterosexual? Is there bisexual? I don't know.
Well, I'm a firm believer that every girl from like today is like bisexual. I don't know why I feel that. I just feel that every girl is bisexual. I don't think there's like a straight female type of perspective anymore. Mm-hmm. That's just me. But it doesn't just stick with just one sexuality or what you identify as or whatever. How it works for me is I'm straight and B's bisexual, Pup is bisexual. Those two are bisexuals. So it doesn't just stay with one sexuality preference. With me, because this does come up a lot, is jealousy.
Yes.
So being poly is kind of like you have to be really, really, really mature. One, you have to be really mature. You have to own your own shit, and you have to like know yourself and what you know you want and what you don't want. Because some people are like, hey, I think I can do this, and then they try it, and they're like, I don't think I can do this, and it causes friction and trouble for the other partners who are like, I've been doing this, I know I can do this. So honestly, with me, I feel that I probably wouldn't have been able to really be poly if I started my poly journey with someone who is inexperienced with being poly. I think that's, in my personal opinion, a lot of poly relationships fail is you have two new people who are just brand new at being poly and they really don't know how it works. So lucky I got it with B and she's very experienced being this, so it helps and it helped me grow as being a poly individual.
Now, be refreshed my memory. How long have you been doing this?
I've been.
Your name's not B.
Oh, my bad.
Jesus.
My bad.
That's why I'm the host, and you're not.
So I've been poly for about the past 5 years.
Okay.
Really, like I've had multiple partners and everything. Before Dorian, I kind of considered myself solo poly. The term where you consider there's many different terms and many different versions of poly. So solo poly is where you consider yourself to be your primary partner, right? So you put yourself before everyone else type thing.
Okay.
So you don't, like, while you have partners, like their needs aren't primary to what you need.
That sounds almost selfish. Fair enough. I guess you know what you want, right? All right, cool. So, golly, man, my mind is reeling right now. I couldn't do this and I'm not judging. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I just know I couldn't do it because Lord knows I have a hard enough time just dealing with Connie. And that's, whew, man. I couldn't imagine trying. Yeah, forget about it. Anyway, so are there like, I almost said support groups, but that, I mean, are there like groups that you guys get together and can share? So if you guys are fighting and then you go to a pup, or you guys like, does that create like a big triangle of cattiness, if you will?
No, not really. It's mostly like we'll go to each other about bigger things when he's annoying one of us, and we're like, how do we approach this? Or say he's done something and we don't know how to exactly bring up that topic with him. Mm-hmm. So we'll give each other advice on what they would do.
Damn.
And then go forward from there.
You guys must talk a lot then.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, Andy. Wow. How are you doing this to me?
Well, it's my show. So I'm glad that you brought up the poly kink thing, because I definitely here in a little bit want to segue into the whole kink thing. So is it almost always mutual like that, or can it be just exclusive poly relationships? Does kink have to be involved?
Kink doesn't have to be involved at all. Mm-hmm. It really all depends on the person and how they are. You can have a strictly kink relationship. You cannot have a kink relationship. My last boyfriend, we didn't do kink at all. It was just strictly like boyfriend, girlfriend. Right. Because I just didn't have that connection with them on a kink level.
Got it. So there's huge trust involved in kink, I'm assuming then.
Yes.
Okay.
Buttloads.
So I see what you did there. Yeah, nice one. Because some people's version of kink is, hey, I just peed behind a tree. That's, I'm assuming that that's not the case with you guys.
Nah. Pretty gross.
Yeah. So, Dorian, like I said, you're relatively new to this whole thing. And how did you, I'm still kind of confused. You talked about you had a monogamous relationship, but then you just got up and said, fuck this shit, I want more. Was that what it was, or?
No, not exactly. So when the relationship ended, I was like in a really like bad place. Mm-hmm. So my priority wasn't really anybody else. It was strictly just me. And at that time, I was doing all the rope stuff, and then I had the rope family. I made all these new friends and all these connections. And I never when I got into dynamics with people, they already had, I guess, primary relationships. So it was just on a kink basis, but there was like either romantic or like sexual relationships behind it. Mm-hmm. So I had never been like a primary boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. So I wanted one, but it wasn't like a priority for me. So when it actually happened, I still got to keep my polykinker side, where I can still like play with other people and stuff like that. And even if I wanted to have sex with somebody else, I would just have to like ask permission or let them know or communicate my desires. I feel being poly is really easy. Just people overthink it. Even till this day, I overthink it, and I'm like, there ain't no way that she's really okay with this, and then she actually is. And it's not like, yeah, you can do that, and then she's like sitting on a couch waiting till I get home at 12 o'clock with a beer in hand ready to fight me. She's legitimately okay with it. So it's a process that I'm still getting used to. So I'm feeling I'm being set up, but I'm not. But it's weird.
Is this just your way of living out your pimp fantasies?
That's probably like 50%, but
Hey, it's okay to laugh, guys. It's we're only semi-serious here. Humor is encouraged, please. So don't think that you have to sit back there. This ain't the fucking Maury Povich show or some bullshit like that. We ain't gotta. Anyway, moving right along. So did you get into kink first, or did you get into the rope first?
Well, technically rope is kink, so I guess I got into kink first.
Okay.
I got into this community, this specific community, last year. And I think August or September is when I officially entered this community.
So was there an application process for this community?
Nah, it doesn't work that way. There should, but it doesn't work that way. I just literally went to Rope Bite, and then next thing you know, I'm in the community.
You have to fill out a form, background checks, check your credit.
Glad it's not that, because I ain't got shit for credit.
Anyway, speaking of the whole rope tying thing, I got to say that still is probably the most popular episode that we've done so far.
Some of the best, Andy.
Yeah, well, never mind. Yeah, I think we had like, 18,000 views on that one on the YouTube channel. So,
yeah, some people from like across the waters hit me up because of that podcast.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me. So you're like semi-famous.
Yeah,
Semi-famous. So I real quick want to give out the number. So if anybody's on here listening, they have questions, you can call us and we can all talk together. The number is 316-512-1465. And if you have a question for any of the group here, or if you have a comment, if you want to say, well, that shit's just weird, that's cool too. However, I am going to preface this with, don't be nasty. Don't be rude. Be respectful. Be honest, but be respectful. I do see here that we've got Dora is joined. Professor Ricardo has joined.
Oh, Professor.
Yeah.
Pops.
At least... Wait a minute. Did you come train jiu-jitsu for a while?
Her?
B? Yeah.
Yeah,
I just started.
Oh, you just started. So
Yes.
we haven't met then.
I don't think so.
No, okay.
I've only been there like 2 weeks.
Yeah, nope, definitely not then. Anyway, so I know I brought up the last episode specifically because you said rope is kink and whatnot. But during that episode, you said that there was a difference between the Shibari and true kink.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I asked you the question, what came first?
Kink definitely came first.
So Dora says hi, by the way.
I love you, Dora.
Hi, Dora. So let's move into that a little bit. So kink came first. Yeah. Stand by for the hard questions now, huh? Pun intended, of course. So what type of kink did you get into first?
It was rope definitely first, but like I didn't know there was an artistic aspect to it because everybody sees rope as like sexual and all this other stuff, and I did too until I got educated to what it could do for you, and then changed my mind about it completely.
Professor says hi, by the way, and Dora says love you more, Dorian. But so yeah, you definitely educated me on the last episode with the whole, because I thought that the whole rope play was all sexual too. So you educated me on that, and that was very eye opening for me. However, then you moved into what? Ball gags.
So yeah, I mean, so a lot's changed since that last podcast. I still view rope as art. That's always going to be like my mainstay. Since then, I've delved into like a lot of different types of not just like rope, but like other kinks as well. And last time you saw me, I wasn't really like a sadist, but I definitely am now. I completely identify as one, but it took like
I could see that
change into that.
I could definitely see that. And anyway, ladies, I need to tell you right now that you're going to have to be quiet because you're talking way too freaking much. I can't hear Dorian through all y'all's chatter back there. So
Shit, speak up, Dorian.
Wow, be sure to.
yeah. Anyway, so you're into beating the shit out of people, basically, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, a little bit, sort of.
And I saw something earlier that was I've heard of a blue moon before. I'd never heard or seen a purple moon, so hey, I'm learning every day too.
Dude, that was my first time seeing it today, so I was just as shocked as you were. Trust me.
Yeah. Professor says nothing to say back. I see.
I love you, Pops. I said I love you.
And then he
said
says,
I love you, Pops.
and then he says tea bags.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't think that's a good thing.
That's not a good thing. Why do you say all of that? Why do you say all of that?
I know what's coming. And you're wearing the perfect shirt for that too.
Joke dealer.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I wear it a lot when I'm hurting people.
Uh-huh. So you're the sadist, right?
Yes.
Are you into any of the masochism at all? Are you into getting beat? Well, hold on. Before you answer that, I've seen you on the mat, so I could probably already answer that.
I'm really good at it. I'm really good at jiu-jitsu. So actually, I don't identify as a switch at all, but every 2 years, I do bottom for a really cathartic impact scene to help me reset my mind, reset my body with everything. So
What about your bottom?
I bottom for a impact.
It was a bad joke.
Oh,
Totally
okay.
bad joke. All right. So you're into, I guess, you use paddles, whips?
I use mostly whips.
Okay.
I'm a really big fan of whips, but I like using my hands a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
And my knees and my shins, and I like breath play a lot. Breath play is one of my top 5 kinks. Breath play, I love me some breath play. I love choking people.
All right. So let's Nona explain that one. She jumped on that fuck it. Never mind. I won't say
I
that.
love breath play.
All right. So Nona, please explain breath play because I have no idea what it is.
Essentially, I really enjoy it when Dorian either chokes me or smothers me or just cuts off my airway in almost any way possible. I kind of want to try waterboarding at some point.
Holy shit. I know some friends that could help you out with that, actually. I don't think it'll be as pleasant as you think it is with my friends. Professor said you're good-ish at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thanks. That's better than trash, I guess.
Yeah, well, no comment. So breath play. So I'm glad you said that because I was thinking breath play is you eat a bunch of shit and then you breathe on people.
Not exactly.
No.
Yeah. So, well, that's why we're here to kind of clarify this. They can walk through. That's cool. Whatever. Everybody's welcome. Holy shit! Is there an earthquake?
Oh no, she's just grabbing stuff.
So, yeah, please continue. So what does it for you about the breath play? What is it about being choked and whatnot?
Shut up. Sorry, that was directed to her.
Yeah, that's okay. I get told to shut up all the time. But, if you're going to make a comment back there, Missy, you got to say that shit loud enough for everybody to hear because I like laughing.
Guilty. She made a joke about me wanting to die, but it's it's just it's the feeling of it. It's the feeling of kind of slowly getting lightheaded from it and everything. Not kind of losing my strength as it goes along. I like all of that. Kind of feeling helpless to it is a good feeling for me.
So do you like that tingly feeling when you start to come to? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when I start to regain myself, it's really nice.
We used to play a game like that when we were kids. It was, I don't know, it was like you're taking several deep breaths and you get somebody behind you and squeeze the shit out of you and then you pass out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is it kind of similar to that, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah.
So, Miss Missy Shea says, love y'all, by the way.
So Missy Shea is actually one of my, she's in my polycule. She's my primary rope bunny.
She's in your polycule. So you guys are all a big compound, if you will.
Yes, we're a cult. Yeah. Yes.
No, I didn't say cult. I said compound.
You didn't have to.
Look, man, you're the one that brought up the molecule thing.
Polycule.
It's a poor chemistry joke, all right?
No, it helps explain everything. It's a way to no.
Compound is the chemistry joke.
Oh, I don't do chemistry, so you lost me on that one.
So Dora said if you did a little more kickboxing with her, your knees and slaps would probably be better. Damn, you're getting no love today, dude.
She hasn't seen the bruises, so like I feel safe right now.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you on that. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So baseball bats involved, tire irons. I mean, are we talking like mob related shit here? Hey, I'm gonna break your fucking knees over there.
That is actually a kink, though. That's like interrogation play. That's actually one of my favorite kinks too. See, I'm more of like, I love anything that like puts people through any type of like suffering, whether it's breath play, anything like that.
Oh, jeez.
So Pop actually identifies as a masochist, as well as B here identifies as a masochist, as well as Kiki identifies as one, and I guess you are now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so all of these lovely ladies are considered masochists. That's what they identify as.
Look, I don't judge anybody at all, but I gotta tell you, I would love to see y'all just beat the shit out of Dorian right now. That would like.
How does? Yeah, they do try, but you know, blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
I think they could take you.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
And never beat me. Never beat me.
I'm gonna train a lot more than you do,
dude. She's been there for 2 weeks. What do you fucking expect, Mr. Ego?
I'm gonna talk as much shit as I can.
You get it out now.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah, because hang on one second here. Had to restart the camera there, but that's cool. So you're a bottom dude. Every now and then you like to switch it up. You said so. You're you guys are laughing. Don't laugh at me. I don't know this shit. That's why I'm here, right? I'm trying to help you guys out. Get the word out, right? So what I've always said is that people are scared and make fun of and get angry towards shit they don't understand, right? And I think racism is the obvious big example, right? So if somebody looks different than you or somebody does something different than you, then the natural tendency is to kind of be like, whoa, I don't know about that. So instead of looking into it, they fear it, right? Or they hate it for whatever reason. So my purpose here is I'm not getting into it, but I want other people to understand that, all right, yeah, it may be weird to some folks, but this is your platform to explain things.
True.
So let's see. Dora says, I think that is all of our kinks, to see Dorian get beat up.
Why does everybody want to see me? I don't understand. I'm such a good person.
I love it. Whoa, wait a minute. It sounds like somebody disagrees.
Yeah, so Kiki's a brat, so she'll always... Oh, you're lying. So she'll always disagree with anything that I say all the time.
She sounds pretty smart to me.
Thanks, man. 10 out of fucking 10. My mommy says I'm a good child.
Oh, man.
All that matters.
So, all right, I'm going to get a little bit kind of serious and maybe a little bit personal here. But and if you guys are not comfortable answering, then just tell me to fuck off and we'll move right along. Dorian, when we talked about the whole rope play, you brought up the fact that there were a lot of people that got into that because they had anxiety issues, they had depression issues, some of them had, I don't know, maybe some abusive issues in the past. Is that similar with the kink and the polyamory, or is it just not related at all? Or is it case by case?
I can say it's a little bit case by case. As far as the kink aspect, I think a lot of people do go to kink for that, like, alternative de-stress factor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I use it for. That's what Pup uses it for. A lot of people, they love it, and it just helps them release things. I think that's why a lot of people identify as masochists, because to get all that bad fucking shit out, they want to get beat. Or me, on the other spectrum, I rather beat people. But it is case by case, but kink definitely gives you a way to release all that shit. It's like its own therapy, in a way.
Well, they make laxatives for that, man.
Sometimes it don't work enough. Sometimes you gotta get beat.
I got the shit beat out of me the other day, but that's a different story. Professor says, do what you want, just be good people. That's all that matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we won't talk about my shit getting beat out of me. That was brutal. I don't ever want to relive that again. But yeah, I was just curious. What about the rest of you guys? Are we boring you?
No, I'm just exhausted.
Yeah, all right.
Got beat out of me last night.
That sounds like it's a theme. Anyway, so what about the rest of you guys? Is it so? I want to go from the masochist side. Is it therapeutic to get beat? I mean, is that how you relieve stress?
Yes. Yeah.
Pup, shut the fuck up. You're talking too much.
It depends.
Good God. So, all right, I am kind of detecting kind of a theme here. You guys, well, not all of you, but some of you seem to be pretty shy. Pup, not to mention any names. But, yeah, so is this kind of a way for you to kind of come out of your shell and express yourself then?
Pretty much. Like, I have extremely bad anxiety, and like I'm very socially awkward, so for me to really start talking, it's kind of hard at first, but eventually I start coming out of my shell and opening up a little bit more, especially when I was introduced to the whole rope and kink aspect. I left a pretty rough relationship that was still kind of traumatizing to me.
No pun intended? Yeah, sorry.
And as I got into it more and more, it was a way for me to lessen my anxiety and depression, find great ways to relieve the stress that I have, and become more happier with myself.
Fair enough. The only thing I remember, Dorian, about the rope, the whole episode, the happy knot. That was it was pretty.
Have you used it yet? Have you used it? Have you learned it?
It doesn't work on me. I tried. Oh, you meant on Connie? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was going to say it didn't work on me.
It actually does work on the guy, just so you know. You just gotta move in a certain plot. Just just throwing it out there.
All right. How about them bears? Missy Shea says kink can help you gain confidence in yourself. So please expound on that.
Wow. Okay. Anybody want to take this one besides me?
Or
no, nobody.
Or Missy, if or do you call her? What do you call her? Shay.
I call her Shay.
Shay. If you want to call in the number that's pinned up here, and then you don't have to, but I'd like an explanation on that, or just a little more in depth for the what do you call us, vanillas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. For the vanillas out here like me, see, I remember some shit. Not much, but I remember some shit. So, yeah, I'm really interested in that. How can it help you gain confidence? Because I feel that, like, if I were to be tied up and beaten, I'm like, motherfucker, you just wait till I get up these damn ropes. And then we'll see who the real sadist is after that, But, no, that's, it's fascinating to me. So Michael C. Snelling says I'd agree with that comment. Look, Lay just joined us too.
Oh, Lay.
Lay, what's up, Lay?
I can say that kink has helped my confidence, at least body image wise.
Mommy,
Go handle
your
that.
phone is dead. It's plugged in.
Go handle that, please.
It's
helped
cool,
me-
man. Nothing's off the table. Nothing.
No, he came out with a vengeance.
Go handle that, babe.
Okay.
You better fix that damn phone.
Kiki said she can answer that.
From my perspective.
Yeah.
Personally, it helped with not really my confidence because I can make it and make it when I want to, but it more so helped me with a different way of expressing myself and letting certain things go. Getting the shit beaten out of me definitely does help, and getting a good cry out. When we're younger, we're thought that, okay, crying's okay, but as you become older, sometimes you feel like something really traumatic needs to happen to cry, when honestly it's just built up stress. And then some days if you cry by yourself in your car and you're like just stressed to the max, you could have relieved this by doing something else. They don't always give you those. Not everybody older than you can always give you those as an example. Okay, well, you're stressed, do this, do that. And even then, it's all from each different type of person. For me, from last year, since September to now, I do know that my perspective on life has definitely changed. I used to be very, very depressed in a joking manner. I would be so depressed that I would make a lot of fun of it, and I would usually hide that depression with a lot of jokes. When he first started tying me up, I would make tons of jokes while he was doing it. I'm like, wow, this is really how I have to go in ropes. My ancestors would be so proud. Like that.
That's so fucked up, but funny at the same time.
When you're the only black person in the room, sometimes you gotta break the ice.
Damn, Dorian.
But
I'm trying.
not hard enough. But from that perspective to like now, when I get tied up or get the shit beaten out of me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get a cry out. I'm going to let it all go, and then I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna listen to some good lo-fi on the way home, and that's that. It's definitely changed a complete 180 for me personally. That's how I see it. Built up that. It tore down some things to help build up other things.
Fair enough. Ricardo said, of course, pointing to me, saying, you are extra vanilla.
You are pretty tasty, Annie.
Yeah. What can I say? Genetics is a bitch. I can't help it. Well, that was no. Thanks for sharing that. That kind of helps put things into perspective, I guess. A little. I'm still learning here. So now I'm interested. Kiki, you said you had a history of depression. Mm-hmm. Was it anxiety as well?
The anxiety did come later on, yes. I was in a relationship for about 6 years with one person, and whenever it would build up, I actually do remember I used to ask them to beat the fuck out of me, and they're like, can't do that, babe. I was like, oh, well, shit, guess we're going to sit here in silence. But yeah, definitely anxiety definitely came upon later on in life. The most anxiety I had was probably last summer when I dropped a good 20 pounds almost, and
wow,
itty bitty titty committee. It was a fun time. But again, like I said before, I would usually hide it all with jokes or just making fun of things or keeping myself extremely busy. And yeah.
There's plastic surgeons out there that can help. Just saying.
See, I'm broke is set up.
What's that?
I have a legit degree in being broke.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So.
All right. So do all of you have some sort of depression or anxiety?
I know I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dora says, damn, Dorian, we are not the only ones who say you are white as fuck. Oh. And then...
I'm pretty Caucasian.
Yeah. Michael Snelling says, at least for me, anyone who would help... see, I don't have my fucking glasses. Jesus Christ. Don't get old. Don't laugh at me either. Let's see. Hey, look at that.
Woo! A few of us rely on glasses too. You good?
He says, anyway, at least for me, anyone that helps me be myself and true to who I feel I am inside, in turn, making me more confident in daily life. All right. And then, of course, Lay says Dorian has one, maybe two black friends.
Not even that.
I have two.
Not even that. And then Shay says, for me, kink helped me find myself and helps me be comfortable in her own skin. All right. Oh, well, and then Lay says, wait, 3 black friends if you include her. Well, okay, 2.5. Let's go with 2.5, Lay. But, so, would we call you submissive then? Is that proper terminology, or is that kind of like back in 80s and shit?
So there are a lot of different identifying roles, but like submissive is kind of like the like general like default for the bottom half of the spectrum, while dominant is like the general term, but there's like specific roles in each one. So B would be considered prey/slave, while Pup would be considered, yes, a submissive, as well as B, but she's more of a little and a masochist, while Nona she's actually a switch. So Nona can be dominant as well as submissive, and those roles that go with it, as well as this one over here can be a switch, but she's only triggered to be a switch for underneath or on top of different people.
I was getting that vibe from Nona. I got that vibe that she could turn it on. That's I don't know. Call me crazy, but anyway. So submissive would be like the box in Walmart of macaroni and cheese that's white and just says macaroni and cheese on it.
Yes.
Okay, so it's generic.
Yes, that's
right.
generic.
You got to break it down simple for me here.
That was perfect. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, use that one. All royalties will go to me, 10%. I have a PayPal account. You can, credit card, wire transfer, whatever. It's cool. So I'll probably be getting a penny or two from you. That's about it. So all I'm going off of here is what I've seen in movies, in Hollywood, which probably is not a very accurate portrayal, I'm assuming. But do you guys have safe words?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
What's the weirdest safe word you've ever heard?
Mom spaghetti.
Trump.
What?
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump?
I heard that. Somebody has that as a safe word.
Well, listen. No, nobody does.
Feel safe.
It stops everything.
It would stop everything.
Listen, nobody does kink better than I do. Believe me, I'm so good at kink that I'm going to build a wall around my damn self. All right, Dorian, kink, your safe word.
So safe words run on 2 different bases. There's red, which stops the entire scene, and then there's like yellow, which is kind of like pause, give me a second, and then we can continue. For me, I replace the word yellow with mercy. So mercy, which is kind of weird because I use it differently with different people, but mercy is kind of like yellow. It stops the scene, allows them to recover a little bit. But if I hear red, then it stops the scene. For people, I'm starting to learn if they say red, whether it's accidental or it's just, oh, I got hit really hard, I didn't mean to say red, I automatically stop the scene anyway because I'm still trying to learn them. With more experienced people that I play with more often, if they say red and they still want to continue after they said it, we can. It just all depends on the situation. But I use mercy and then I use red. So
Mark Sherrill's a buddy of mine. He said his safe word is zebra balls.
What the fuck?
And Shay said hers is please.
Yes.
I think my safe word, it would actually be 3 words if I had to come up with safe words. And I'd be like, I think I would have to say, ow, motherfucker.
Oh no, you crunched my dick.
Well,
I've heard that before.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I don't have to worry about that because I'm not allowed to have mine. It's in my wife's purse. So
I understand. That usually happens in marriage.
Yeah, well,
just attach the dick.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my story. So I'm gonna go cry now. Give me a few minutes to go take a shower in the fetal position. And anyway, speaking of marriage, I know it's totally way off topic for what we're discussing today, but you know that the couples that have been married the longest, like 50, 60 years, it's actually statistically proven that the man dies before the woman.
Oh.
And you know why that is?
Why?
Because we want to.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Didn't see that one coming, did you? All right. So you talked to educate me and the public here and the listeners on the different forms of kink. Now, you already talked about beating the shit out of each other, right?
Yeah.
And then Nona wants to be waterboarded back there.
I got you.
Yes.
So before you start, is kink anything that would be out of just a normal, quote unquote, sexual relationship?
It can be. Maybe. I mean, kink's all like person by person.
Okay.
People do kink differently, and they should be doing it for them, not for really anybody else. But you don't have to get beat to experience kink. There's a whole buttload of different kinks out there that have nothing to do with pain. There's fire cupping. There's any type of sensual play. Breath play, I don't think it's painful. It's just it's more of a mind thing.
It's just fun.
There's electricity, which doesn't have to be painful.
That's called torture, my friend. So who has pissed on or been or pissed on someone?
I have no idea. I wouldn't know at all.
No, I don't fucking believe you.
Wouldn't know at all. I am telling the truth and 100% truth. I don't know anybody who does things like that at all.
Okay. Mark Sherrill said you can use a slingshot to shoot gummy bears at her soft areas.
That sounds like a yeast infection waiting to happen.
Gummy bear in there. What if you actually hit the bullseye?
You go fishing.
There you go. Shay says she loves sensual rope.
Oh, God, yeah, she actually does. See, she loves sensual rope. We'll do it from time to time, but like I said, at the last podcast, there's a lot of different types of rope. Mm-hmm. I prefer Seminawa.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. She loves sensual rope, and I can do it sometimes, but I prefer Seminawa, which translates to literally torture rope, and it's probably my favorite. Yeah, it's probably my favorite kink ever. I love it. I'm obsessed with it right now. I do a lot of it. Put it on a rig. Working on it though.
I missed that one. What was that?
I'm working on getting my
No, not what you said. I think Kinky said something. I don't know.
Once in my life I did it, so don't look at me like I said shit.
So is it Kiki or Kinky?
Kiki.
See what I did there? Mm-hmm. No, not so much.
Say again, what?
See what I did there?
No, I didn't hear it.
Is it Kiki or Kinky?
Oh,
Your name?
Kiki, because a jackass decided to name me after a Drake song.
All right.
Tolerate your ass. What up, nigga?
Rico texted me. He said his safe word is ass-tastic.
Yo, turbo-tastic.
That would be my word.
So, TurboTax. So, you did educate me last podcast, and you said that kink doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. Mm-hmm. So, are you in that area of kink, or do you kind of venture into all?
So, until recently, and when I say recently, I mean almost a month ago, I didn't involve sex with kink at all. Whether it's rope or anything, I just didn't touch it because I was just taught that way. But, even me, I'm still growing, so I try different things, and I'm more open to things than I was before, and I tried involving it with sex, and it wasn't that bad, I guess. It's actually pretty fucking great. It was fucking great. I'm sorry. It was great.
So I think we'll be replaying this podcast on the Disney Channel later.
Let's do it.
So Shay says that she loves suffering for you too, sir. Oh, look at that. You got a sir out of it. And then she says knives. Ooh, knives.
Yeah,
And,
knives.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's cut that shit right out right now. Yeah. All right. So from the sexual aspects of it, I've heard of all kinds of stuff. I heard a term. Of course, I'm going to show my vanilla-ness here. You could probably just call me, my rapper name would be Vanilla Extract.
Jesus.
But what is pegging?
Oh, I'm not touching. Anybody? Any of y'all want?
Okay, I'll touch it.
She perked up quite a bit there, huh?
Yeah.
That's because this is something I've kind of wanted to do for a hot minute. But that's beside the point. Pegging is when a woman puts a strap on and fucks a man up the ass.
All right. Well, that's not anywhere near what I thought it was. Cool. So there you have it.
There you go.
Yep.
So is this again showing my ignorance? Is it like a homoerotic fantasy for the guy?
I wouldn't say so. It's more of a dominance thing usually, I think. Being told that they're like not the alpha male or anything, that they're not the superior one in the relationship, sort of.
Got it. And so conversely, that would be a definite dominant thing for the female.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I could see that. Holy shit. So,
and just like the feeling of it.
well, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Some men just like the feeling of it too.
Well, I'm going to share a secret with you guys. I kind of sort of got pegged on Wednesday.
What?
Yeah, by a big black tube.
Huh?
I had a colonoscopy. They shoved the tube up my ass.
Yo, you can't do that. I was like, Andy,
I had you going though, didn't I?
you did. I was like, what?
Dude, it was a completely. It was not a fun experience at all.
I wouldn't think it would be.
The drugs are pretty good though. Apparently, I embarrassed Connie in post-op. I was talking mad shit, I guess. I don't know. Big surprise there, right? But all right. So, what are some other? We don't need to carry on with the peg thing. We can move right along with that
Yeah, thank you.
one. What was that, Kiki? I'm sorry.
I said, are you sure you don't want to touch it some more?
I don't want to touch it at all, actually. With a 10-inch pole. Oh, see what I did? Yeah. Totally missed that, didn't you, Dorian?
I did.
I said, I don't want to touch that with a 10-inch pole. Yeah. You're a little bit slow, you son of a bitch. But anyway, what other... All right, so favorites. We talked about Nona and the whole choking... breath play, right? Breath play. Are you a rocker chick?
No, she's all about memes. Jeez.
She's all about what?
She's all about memes. She's
Memes?
like a meme girl. And
Meme
dad
girl.
jokes.
I am a meme lord.
You're the meme queen?
Hello, Lord.
Yes.
Hello, Lord. Oh, all right. So, Kiki, what's your favorite? What's your thing?
No, not memes, actually, because I don't search them. People just send them to me. I do like being choked. Possibly one of my favorite things is probably being choked, either sexually or somebody's pinning me down because I know I don't have a fighting chance because I don't practice jiu-jitsu.
I feel
Well, that's your first mistake right there. That's your first mistake not practicing jiu-jitsu. I got to throw that out there.
Tell her.
Yeah, just saying.
Things like that. It all depends. When I do things with him, I'm submissive, so I'll just take it more or less. But when I used to be with somebody else, they would treat me as if I was a dom, and it was an interesting balance between the two. So just case by case, really, with each person. I'm very flexible when it comes to satisfying other people's needs. So as long as I know that I'm making them happy and I'm not hurting, like physically, as long as my asshole's okay, I'm okay. So.
Did you say as long as your asshole's okay?
Sure as fuck did.
Okay.
It's an out, not an in.
All right. Well, fair enough. Let's see. Dora wants to know, did you feel lighter afterwards? And I'm assuming she's referring to the choking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I feel good afterwards. It feels great.
That's,
much better.
that's what happens when you ask a closed-ended question. Anyway. So, all right. I see you over there, pup. Yeah, trying to hide. What's your thing?
Oh God, there's a lot.
Don't let her innocence fool you.
Do not let
Please
her
don't.
innocence fool you.
I am a perfect little angel.
That's a bullshit lie.
Lying ass.
I am really, really into suffering. I
That's my favorite.
really love the feeling of kind of being helpless in a way. I like getting beat, whipped, having a paddle on me, slapped, make me cry, scream, drool. Like, I really love it because, yeah, I do get the pain for being the whole masochist, but yet I also love the connection and energy I feel throughout the entire scene. And it just makes me happy. Like, it makes everything that has been built up go down, and I just melt away.
I have the perfect solution for you.
Oh boy.
Join the military.
Yo, don't do that.
You will have all of that wrapped up into one on a daily, hourly, and minute basis. Guaranteed.
But they don't pay you enough sometimes. For all that.
I'll take
gotta be
this.
in long enough.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
take this.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So, Kiki, are you in the military?
No, I come from a military family.
Oh.
Mom was military, dad, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Big surprise being in the Hampton Roads area, huh? Yeah. So Dora wants to know, I'm sorry, not Dora. Lay wants to know your guys' first kink experience. How was it?
Who wants to start?
My first kink experience was being tied. It was at the time like strictly in the bedroom type stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I immediately fell in love with bondage from there. I got into what we call a subspace, where it's kind of like you're high, but you haven't done any drugs or anything, right? So from there, I haven't stopped kink since.
So your first experience was awesome then.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I can.
Go for it, Donna.
I've been into kink for a long time, but I didn't actually get to experience kink until this year. It was this year, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was actually the first time I met Dorian. I went over to his house, to his apartment with Kiki, and he ended up tying me, and he suspended me, and it was really enjoyed that.
Are you being sarcastic or no?
Oh no, I'm
No.
dead serious. And then from there, he introduced me to Better Rope, which is Seminella. But
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Seminole was a key. You're right.
But yeah, I mean, I've been into kink since I was like 13 or 14.
So
But
when you say you've been into it for a long time but didn't experience, was it just like fantasy type in your mind or something you always wanted to try and never did?
yeah, it was something I always wanted to try. I had brought it up to multiple partners before, and like none of them could actually like fulfill it. Like I would tell them, "Hey, I'm really kinky. I need you to do A, B, and C," and then they would be like, "Oh, I got you," and then they would not do it at all, and they would just. It was horrible. It was just bad.
Well,
Luckily, my girlfriend now is into kink, so thank God.
So your first experience was bad.
I mean, I wouldn't even consider it kink because what they did wasn't kinky. It was normal vanilla stuff. That's why I was pissed.
Hey, don't be disrespecting vanilla extract, yo.
Well, when I tell them I want kink and then they can't provide it, it's like, yo, just tell me you can't. Don't lie to me and say you can do it and then not follow through.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's just move right along the line there, Kiki.
Here's the thing. I never considered half the shit I did growing up kinky. Ever.
Okay.
Not a day in my life. Just because, like, oh, well, they slapped me a little in the face. Okay, cool. Or they bit me. I mean, the first time I ever thought, wow, I want to do this to other people is I decorated my ex like a fucking war veteran with hickeys and purple bruises all up and down his body, and he went home to his girlfriend too like that.
Oh.
So it was the one time in my entire life I was like, I want to do this to more people. Pale people.
Pale people?
Explain why my ass is like that.
You're welcome.
Bless up, bitch. Bless up. But I guess that was probably the first experience. It was a bad time, but at the same time, I was genuinely impressed with myself. I was like, this is a first, but I still consider everything I do very bland. So,
well, all right then. And Pup.
So my first experience, I never expected to happen at all. He messaged me about a kink event, doing rope with him. And I really wanted to for a long time, but there was always that barrier of something not letting me go do it. So I went over to his place and I experienced a little bit of rope bondage. And I really did enjoy it because I had a really bad day before coming over, and when I actually had it, it felt nice. I really liked it. And I went to the kink event with him, and I got to see a lot of the different stuff there, like a lot of the different impacts, ties, everything. It was actually a really good experience, and it really wanted me to explore and do a lot more.
Wow, so far only one pseudo bad experience in the group.
Yeah.
All right, Dorian.
Okay, so
I think I know.
Well, my first experience in general with kink on a scene aspect, because everybody like experiments either on themselves or with other people, but that level of it's kink was I bottomed for my mentor at the time. She wanted to test some really fucked up ties, and those shits hurt. But I didn't know that. I would just like the fact that my mentor actually wanted to try something. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll bottom. And that was like the main aspect. I got suspended from my left ankle, and I had, I think it was like a 20 or 30 pound weight right above my knee, which brought the weight down into my ankle and sucked. And I was supposed to stay there for 10 minutes, and I could only last like fucking 4. It was a crappy experience on a bottom side, but I liked it. That was my first experience as like a bottom. My first experience as a top was I did some a suspension. It was a long time ago. I did a suspension on.
What the fuck's wrong with your nose, man?
My mustache is like in my. It's. I gotta shave it. It doesn't matter.
You look like Rick James saying that cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I did a suspension on one of my friends at the time, and I put her in a fudo, and then I suspended myself in a fudo.
You put her in a what?
So a fudo is a tie where your knees bent and it's just tied like that way. It's pretty much your foot as close to your butt as you can get it, and your legs tied that way.
Okay.
It's a really sucky tie. It sucks. It's so painful, but everybody loves it, so it's kind of like weird.
Yes.
So I put her in a fudo, suspended her upside down, and then I put myself in a fudo and I suspended myself upside down, and then I started tying her while I was upside down. So that was like my first like kink scene as a top. and it was pretty nice. There was a lot of connection in that.
So it sucked, but you enjoyed it.
Fudos suck, but it's weird. It's like something that really sucks, but you like low-key like it. That's how Fudos are. They suck dick, but everybody likes them.
It's like working out.
It's like working out. You hate doing it.
I'm just going to point this out. Not everybody likes sucking dick. I'm throwing that out there for you right now.
You have to learn how to suck it correctly, duh.
What in the world is going on here?
Hey, man, you said it. I didn't.
You right.
So I got a little story for you. I had this guy that used to work for me, and I won't mention his name, but he was super, super gullible, right? And so please don't get offended when I say this, because for your background's sake, Dorian knows, but I'm in the Navy, and this was probably 15 years or more ago. So, you get a bunch of guys together and everybody's like, well, fag this, homo that, right? So I told this kid, I said, I've been thinking, and I think you're a potential fag. And he goes, no. He says, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I said, well, yeah, I think you are. I said, how do you know? He goes, well, I just know. I know. I said, well, have you ever sucked a dick before? And he goes, no, all defensive. I said, well, see, you're a potential fag. You don't know. You could suck one dick, and man, that'd be your thing for the rest of your life, right? He goes, no, that's messed up. I said, well, what about asparagus? Do you like asparagus? He goes, no. I said, well, how do you know you don't like it? He goes, well, I've had it before. I said, see, that's my point. You're a potential fag. You could suck a dick, and it might be the greatest thing ever for you. He says, well, you know what? I think you're a potential fag. I said, no, I'm not. Not even close. He goes, how do you know? You ever suck a dick? I said, once. I didn't like it.
That was a whole story.
Anyway, yeah, I'm horrible. I'll probably have so many people calling me a homophobe and everything else, which I'm totally not. But Lay says... So let me see if I can decipher Lay here. So what influenced you guys to try kink and be poly?
I already told my story. You already told yours? You already told yours because I just asked you to do it. So what about No? What influenced you to try kink and be...
Well... A lot of it is since I've been into it for so long and didn't have experience, and Kiki was telling me about Dorian, like talking about the kink community, and I just wanted to be a part of that. But my girlfriend, she lives in Florida right now, so we can't exactly experience together. But I asked her, and she said it was okay for me to go get experience elsewhere, so that when she does move back to Virginia, her and I can explore a dynamic together, and I would have more knowledge about it than just what I've read. I'd have actual experience with it.
Got it. Kiki.
Hey, do you love me?
Of course.
I was introduced to this entire thing because of him.
That son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch. Let me tell you this. What was the first thing I feel? But no, I first got introduced to rope and everything like that because of him. Same for being poly. Same ex as mentioned before. He would sleep around with me while he was also with other people, and he would claim he was poly. But he would only tell me this and not express it to the people that he was actually in a relationship with. That's not doing anything for me. That's not helping me.
Right.
But dealing with Dorian,
I'm sorry.
The thing was, like I said before, I found something that I liked with him, but also I found something I liked with someone else. And I had to just come to terms personally, being poly for me is not one person can provide everything for me that I want. And Dorian definitely does the physical part. 10 out of 10 would put it on Yelp. But the other guy did the mental stuff. And yeah, sex is great and all that jazz, but honestly, sometimes I do need a mental break. And going to the other guy, it would literally just be a recharge station. I wouldn't we wouldn't always have sex. It wouldn't just come out of the blue, and it wouldn't be planned. It would legit. We'd hang out. We'd be cutesy and shit, and then we just enjoy each other's company. And that's kind of how I figured, okay, this can work. Not everyone's perfect, and that works for me. I'm trying to get in on Nona's relationship.
Yeah.
But her girlfriend yet to send me the application to sign up. So.
Trying to use my damn...
He really wants to join our relationship.
Using my lines on me. Listen to you. So it's kind of like, you really like Cheetos and you love eating Cheetos, but you know what? You like Doritos too, and maybe some sour cream and onion or something. So you can't just live alone on Cheetos. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, that's what she's not a chip person. She doesn't understand.
Fair enough. So I've got a gentleman, I believe that, or maybe not a gentleman, I don't have my glasses on, and I'm really going to butcher this name, and I apologize, but it's looks like, hold on.
Put on your glasses, Andy.
All right, hold on. Let me put them on the glasses. I hate these damn things. So I just got contacts in, right? And they're for far vision, and I can't see up close, so I have to wear these damn reading glasses. It's Androcroy Taya, I believe. I hope I really didn't butcher that too badly. It says, "Do you believe the world is flat or round?" And before anyone else comments on that, I just want to say that we already did this podcast. We had a flat earther on, and his name is Mark Sargent, and he is one of the renowned experts on flat earth theory, if you will. So please check it out, Dorian.
Are there really experts in that?
You know what? I don't think so. Well, thank you. She said I said it perfect. That's what Lay said. Well, don't listen to Lay. Nobody else does either. But anyway, yeah, so we did that podcast, and actually Lay told you about it, so she should have told you that she sat in on it. It was a very interesting podcast. Personally, me, there's no doubt in my mind that the earth is round. But check that podcast out. And you know what? As a matter of fact, since you brought it up, I'll put a link down below later to that podcast. It was very entertaining. All right. So, Dorian, would you say that you have progressed to be a rope master, or is that even a correct term?
No.
No?
I don't even think I have goals where I want to be, and I feel I am nowhere near close to them. I actually felt that from where last time I did this podcast till now, I should be in a completely different skill level, and I'm not.
But you're a slacker.
I'm a lot better than before.
But you're a slacker, so.
Well, yeah, I am lazy. I'm lazy.
So, have your skills increased at all?
Yes, they've increased on levels that I never thought I would reach, but it's not where I want them to be, and it's only because kink education in this area is not very big. The kink community in this area is very small. So for me to get to the levels I want to go, I need to travel. I need to go to Richmond or Seattle, Florida. All these different areas have top-notch riggers and awesome-ass rope bottoms, and you got to learn from both of the spectrums to really be a master. But there's always going to be new ties built daily, so you can't learn it all. So
the only reason I was kind of giggling there is my buddy's mom is on here, and she said, "You're busted, you're chewing." Yeah, guilty. It's kind of inside joke, but anyway, yes, ma'am, you caught me. Guilty as charged. Anyway, so the reason I bring that up, Dorian, is because last time we did this, you said you had people reach out to you from across the pond. If someone wanted to get a hold of you specifically, I know you have an Instagram account.
Yes.
Is that the best way? Yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah.
Yes. My Instagram is my life.
What?
My Instagram is pretty much I'm always on my Instagram.
That's not what I meant, man. I meant give your Instagram
Godlysknotdead. Godlysknotdead. Godly's not dead.
Kiki's back there shaking her head. She's ready to smack the snot out of you.
You forgot to add Y in your spelling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a Y there.
Yeah, illiterate nigga.
There's a Y in there. Like, there's a Y in there.
All right, let's try this again.
I'm sorry, I can't read or spell. Oh, poor child.
Godly's not dead. Godlysknotdead. Yeah, awesome, cool.
All right, so that way, if somebody wants to reach out to you, it would help if you'd spell that shit right. Does anybody else, or you guys all have Instagram accounts? Are you willing to give them out, and if not, that's cool. I don't care. I just thought maybe I'd try to hook y'all up a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Princessbunnytoxin is mine.
Why are you laughing?
Because I called her out on her Instagram.
No.
Mine is Little.pressa, Pressa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Naomimistress.
Did you have to look it up?
Yeah, I did. I can't remember the order.
Fair enough.
I'm losing my mind slowly but surely.
Shit. Mine's gone. Mine's been gone for a long time.
Do you have to look yours up?
I do now that you did it. Oh, get away from my ear. Kikihellspawn, that's mine.
Kiki, one more time?
Kikihellspawn.
Okay.
Tours by
Nah, nigga.
I just have to be sure.
No, I know how to spell it too. You want that?
Yeah, spell it.
Kikihellspawn.
There you go.
What's that?
Sucker.
What's that? Huh?
Yeah, he's trying to talk shit. He's trying.
Now he will.
He will. Listen, guys.
He's so pinky compared to how we usually are.
Listen, for a vanilla person like me, this has actually been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed having you guys on and sharing your world with not only me, but my 3 listeners, and I really appreciate it. But we've been doing this for about an hour, a little over an hour now, and I know, Dorian, you said you got places you got to go, so I lost you.
Yeah, I have places I gotta go.
Oh, okay. So I just want to thank you guys so much for doing this. And listeners, check them out on their Instagram accounts. Go ahead and reach out to them if you have questions specifically. And thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Any last parting words?
I don't got any. Nope. That's it.
Nope.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you. The pleasure's all mine. I mean it. And check out the Flat Earth episode. It was pretty comical.
All right.
So this dude said he's done literally hundreds of interviews, and he said that Chad and I were probably the best one that he had done yet.
That's good.
Yeah, he said we asked questions that nobody even thought to ask. So, but anyway, guys, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
You've been listening to Nothing's Off the Table, the podcast where no subject is too taboo to discuss. Find us on iTunes, Facebook, and on Instagram. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Locust Ridge LLC. Nothing's Off the Table is a MadSiss Productions podcast.